I just wondered how optimistic the panel is, briefly, if you would, about the future for organic farmers, because that's who's here.
Is it glass half full or glass half empty or glass not big enough? I'm of course optimistic about organic farming because I think it's the right way to farm from an ecological point of view. I think we've got a big mountain still to climb in terms of convincing consumers to buy more. For farmers going forward, I think it's going to be less about expecting a premium for your produce and more about building a business which is robust and more insulated from cost increases. So it's less about a premium, more about producing at a better economic cost.
Well, I think I'm positive and optimistic about the future for organic farming, and this is again from a slightly outside perspective, for the simple reason that I think the principles on which organic farming was founded and continues to operate, and that is the principle of sound management of soil and of recycling materials within the farming system and welfare of the environment, are the fundamental principles also of sustainable farming, and it's on sustainable farming and food production that the future lies. So this must be the way forward.
Well, I'm going to buy an organic farm one day, and that's quite serious. Well, it is my dream to take part in really producing food, because after 7 years of the most difficult times of my life, I have loved every minute of it, and I love every single challenge of presenting to people better ways of understanding how to make better choices in food for themselves and for the planet.
Okay, I'm not going to be the pessimist on the panel. I've always been optimistic and have been through, in my 30-odd years of engagement with organic farming, through all of the ups and downs that many of you as farmers have also been through. And I think it becomes very easy for media commentators and others just to write things off because we've been through a down for the last couple of years. There's lots of evidence that we can pick up and move forward again. So I remain quite strongly optimistic in that regard. However, I think we have always had this difficult interplay between the virtues of organic in the marketplace, where it can be a premium product and potentially making good business sense for individuals, and the value to society of organic farming, which is primarily through the land management and the environmental benefits. In my view, that's where the prime benefits are coming from. There clearly are food quality impacts as well, but the major benefits that are evidence-based are very much in the environmental side. We need to find ways that we can keep both the market and the environmental benefits through organic land management in balance. That's an issue for us when we're debating the subject and marketing the products, but it's also an issue for the policymakers when they're looking at how they implement policy. We've got to keep that duality, what I call a duality of organic farming, that combination of organic land management for the environment and other social benefits, and organic marketing because it makes business sense and allows the consumer to get involved. Those two things have got to live side by side. If one takes over, it risks damaging the other, and we have to be careful about that.